Hello, Theo Flove here. So, who do you choose to listen to? Where do you get your information and how do you choose to relate to it? That is very important. Those are some very important questions to ask yourself, especially in this day and age where there seems to be a whole bunch of people talking about the coronavirus and how it's something to not feel good about, not feel amazing about, not feel optimistic about, not see beyond what's obvious and realize that something extremely good is about to happen. There's something amazing that is popping to the surface. The world is cleansing itself of a lower vibration, of a lower emotion, of a fearful emotion. It comes so much up to the surface, it's bubbling up because it's leaving. You know, that's a perspective. Um, yeah, why not consider that perspective? Most people can't believe it at this point, which is fine. But if you're in the future and you're looking back and you happen to stumble upon this video, you will think, wow, I'm glad it went as good as it did with the coronavirus. So many good things have happened from that. What an amazing thing. Well, most of you watch this now, where we're in a period of darkness, where you look out on the world and all you see is potential for what? You see potential for what? Do you see potential for coronavirus? Do you see potential for relating to the world in a different way? You see, the funny thing, according to quantum physics, which is the most accurate science today, if you ask me, who has no education that is noteworthy when it comes to science. When it comes to quantum physics, you have this knowledge that light and subatomic particles, the things that build up the reality as we perceive it, are affected by your observation. And what we see through the double slit experiment, search it up, the quantum physics double slit experiment, what we see is that light acts differently when it is observed. And it started way back in the 1950s or something, I don't remember. It's many years ago when they discovered this for the first time. And it was highly controversial at that time. Even Einstein called it spooky action at a distance. Well, that's actually something else, but it's quantum physics too. But there was a whole bunch of criticism around this. And even today, it seems like it's a little bit controversial still. I mean, if I'm telling you that light is affected by your observation, that it is occurring as a wave form when you are not specifically observing how the actions happen, and when you do observe it specifically, it acts as a particle, a physical collapsed wave function. If I tell you that how you see the world affects the world just by your observation, how do you feel? Do you resonate with it? Well, I don't care, because this is knowledge. And why I'm saying this to you today is because I truly want for people to feel amazingly good. And many do feel good, at least of my friends, from what I can see. And I certainly feel good. I somehow thrive through adversity now. I love seeing contrast. I love seeing the opposite of what I want happen sometimes. No, I'm not like a negative emotion feeding alien. I never contribute to the drama as much as I can, and I certainly never choose to participate in the creation of drama in that way. I always want to move things up, move things forward, move things into a place of well-being. So I say this to you because to feel good, this knowledge can be very helpful. When you look at the world and you see potential, this is like a field of quantum possibilities. And when you choose, you can focus in an experience and you can draw it into existence. At least that is how subatomic particles that are affected by quantum mechanics and light, which is photons, are acting. So the funny thing is that there's a potential for everything. Now, I was walking in the woods yesterday, and as I was walking down the trail, I looked out in the open air and I thought, and I didn't think this consciously, it just came as a thought. I thought, wow, I wonder how many particles of corona viruses there are here at Romsås, where I live in Oslo. And I became immediately aware of that thought because I was asking for something that didn't feel too good. And my next thought was, wow, wait a moment. How can I feel better about this? Automatic pattern for me now to ask that question. I thought, if it's a potential for that, then there's a potential for everything. I thought, well, how many particles are there? The first thought, actually, my answer to that question, to just say that, was none. And I was like, no, wait, that is actually wrong, Tarjei. I don't believe that. I think there's at least one. At least there's a potential, you know? And that automatically reminded me of the double slit experiment in quantum physics that confirms that the potential for everything, the field of actual potential happenings, you know? Not the, everything in the entire universe isn't necessarily a potential for happening in this environment right now. But there is a certain amount of potential mathematically. And from all that potential, you can draw a conclusion and focus on it. And this affects the mirror of life. Greg Braden talks about the matrix and how life is virtually a mirror. The universe is a mirror of your energy, of your perception. And it is when you perceive it as if it is already so, when you say, it is already a healthy environment for me, when you can feel that and say that truly, it is. And it doesn't matter what you say. When you say something truly, that is your reality right now. And you can always move to a higher vibration, as some people call it. You can always move in the direction of what you want by picking thoughts that feel good. Because when you feel good, you know that you have picked a thought that feels better to you. To feel good means sometimes to feel anger. If you're depressed, anger feels better than depressed. If you're angry, feeling irritated is better than anger. If you're irritated, feeling, distance is better. If you feel distance, it's better to feel neutral. If you feel neutral, it's better, usually, this is my obviously judgments of my own emotional process, or how the common emotional process is. If you feel neutral, it's better to feel hopeful. And as Abraham Hicks says, when you're in hope, you're on the right track. You're on the side of the fence where everything moves upwards and it's good. You are like the cork that is being held under the water. You held your cork, your emotional well-being, under the water, and you let go, and it's starting to rise naturally. That's where hope is. And it rises to the surface where you move through positive expectations, knowledge, love, bliss, amazement, enlightenment, total ecstasy and inner peace. Wherever you want to go, it is available for us, even in this period of time. Yeah, so with that, my ramble is over for now. I talk in these videos because I think some people may have value from it. I actually know for a fact that many have value from it, from the comments I get, and I deeply appreciate the feedback. But I don't care right now, because I do this because I love this. I speak myself into a better state of being through this tool, and I think it might have a positive impact on those who can practice empathy with that and join me on the upward motion, or sift and sort and use your discernment to find the value that is perfectly fine and wonderful and applicable for you and your life. So with that, I want to end with the lyrics from an amazing song by Nujabes, and a rapper called Substantial, I think. The song is called Think Different, and I've tweaked the lyrics a little bit, but here it is. These are thoughts to consider, okay? Take a moment and feel this and ponder. If you like to philosophize, you'll love these lyrics. So, is the glass half full or half empty? It's based on your perspective, quite simply. We are the same and we're not. You know what I'm saying? Listen! There is no better or worse. I just think different. Yeah. Poetic ending there. Have a great day. I love this life. This is going to be a time of rejoicing and happy, wonderful, amazing experience. Just wait and see. This is going to be the best thing that has happened in years. We are looking at a grand, amazing, virtually a revolution of human energy and perhaps some systems that has been in place and are now being uprooted and slowly changed.